Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Beilein to Victory podcast. We're going to get right into it because we have a lot to squeeze into 10 minutes here. We're going to go over just the general outline of the NCAA tournament bracket, tell you my takeaways, get the game details to the game against Montana, have a little scouting report I did, keys to the game, and who I think is going to win. So, the NCAA released their committee released the bracket on Sunday. The one seeds: Virginia, Villanova, Kansas, and Xavier in that order. Teams from the Big Ten: Michigan is a 3, Michigan State is also a 3, Ohio State's a 5, Purdue's a 2. In the West region with Michigan, the 1 seed is Xavier, the 2 seed is North Carolina. They're the 3 seed. Gonzaga is the 4. Ohio State is the 5. The last 4 in were St. Bonaventure, UCLA, Arizona State, and Syracuse. Syracuse was the last team in. And the first 4 teams out of the tournament were Baylor, St. Mary's, USC, and Notre Dame. So my biggest takeaway from this was how in the world Syracuse got into the tournament. Well, I'll start with Notre Dame. Them and Notre Dame have the same record. And Notre Dame beat Syracuse. And Notre Dame had better wins. So there's that. USC had a much better record. They played well against everybody in the Pac-12. They had a good Pac-12 record. They should have gotten in. St. Mary's, I really don't think they should have got in, but they're better than Syracuse. St. Mary's had, 5 losses all season? They had a bad loss in the West Coast Conference Championship. They did beat Gonzaga. The one that really stands out, Oklahoma State, how did they not get in? They beat West Virginia on the road, and they beat Kansas twice. They had the same record as Syracuse, and Syracuse' best win was Clemson. After that, Louisville. I mean, how does that even happen? That was just ridiculous to me how Syracuse got in. Really, I think it's a makeup for last year because Syracuse didn't get in last year, and they should have. It's really horrible. Oklahoma State also beat Texas, who's in the tournament. They beat Texas Tech, and they also beat Oklahoma twice, all in the tournament. And Syracuse beat Clemson. My Final Four, I think, is Michigan, Kentucky, Kansas, and Villanova. Villanova really scares me with Brunson and Bridges, 2 great players. Kansas, I think, has the player of the year with Devontae Graham. Kentucky's really hot right now, and obviously Michigan, very hot right now as well. So we will play the number 14 seed Montana Grizzlies, who we need to be very, very wary of, on Thursday at 9:50 on TBS. It is in Wichita, Kansas. This team is this is not a team to scoff at. Cannot be looking ahead. So this one, I think we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting. So I did a little scouting on them. They finished with 7 losses, and they won the Big Sky. The big games this year. They did play Washington, played them very tough, lost by a couple points. They did lose to Penn State by 13, and lost to Stanford by 14. Those are the only Power 5 teams they played, and they defeated Eastern Washington to win the conference title. It's the first ever meeting between Michigan and Montana in any kind of game, NCAA tournament, regular season. First time they ever played Montana. It's the school's 11th appearance and the first since 2013. So they're starters, and what they really as you notice here with all of these guys, all of them grab rebounds, and that's what scares me about this team. This is a team that's going to crash the glass, and I mean we're not a bad rebounding team, but we're not a prolific rebounding team. That's what really scares me. Also, Ahmad Rory and Michael Aguin. That's a really talented backcourt. Both averaging over 15 a game. These two guys are really, really good. One of them, Rockmont will be on one of them, so I expect one of them to have a down game. But the other one, Simpson's a good defender, but it's gonna be a load for him to take care of Roy or Aguin, whoever he's guarding. This is gonna be a tough one. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is gonna be a tough game. I don't think they're gonna win this game by a lot. This is not gonna be a cakewalk like a lot of these other games. Jamar Ako too, good forward. 13 and 7 is something to scoff at. This team's pretty good. So we'll see what happens here. This team's not bad. So here are the keys. The big one: just stay focused and don't look ahead. We're obviously a better team than this team. We play our game. We're just gonna win. We're gonna win the game. Can't be complacent. Just play your game. Tough defense. Shoot a lot of threes. Make sure that you crash the glass. Got to crash the glass against this team, or else they're going to be in it at the end of the game with a chance. Got to crash the glass. Have to. Before I move on to my pick for this game, I just want to say how I think the other Big Ten teams are going to fare in this tournament. Ohio State, they're looking at a tough game against South Dakota State. South Dakota State's not a team to scoff at. So I'm picking Ohio State to win that game, and I'm also picking Ohio State to. I think they're going to lose in the Elite Eight to Michigan. That'd be great if they played them. Purdue will get through there. I think they have a pretty favorable bottom half of that bracket, and I think they'll lose to Villanova in the Elite Eight. And then you look at Michigan State. As much as I'd like to pick Bucknell to beat them, Bucknell's not bad. And that's definitely going to be a close game, but I got Michigan State losing in the Elite Eight to Kansas, who is in my Final Four. I do have them beating Duke though, because I don't know if Duke can beat them twice. They don't play defense and they start 4 freshmen, so we'll see about that. I don't know. All right, so I'm saying this cautiously, and I am going to pick Michigan to win this game. I think it'll be close, and they'll pull away at the end, 77-61. My pick right there. Montana. I'm telling you, this is not going to be a blowout. That backcourt is very, very talented, and this is a team that plays hard. They're going to grind in this game. They're going to play hard. So the guy from Fox, the bracket analyst from Fox, Schwab, picked Montana to win this game. Which gave me a little less confidence to have actual analysts picking Montana to upset us. It's happened before. It can happen again. Before we end, I want to talk about a couple other upsets I have in this tournament. I have West Virginia going out in the first round of Murray State. West Virginia, they're a team of professional chokers. They always choke. So I got them going down to West Virginia. In the second round, I've been laughed at this many times. I have Creighton defeating Virginia. Virginia, same thing, always choke. Everybody, best defense in the country. Well, they have the best defense in the country every year, and they always choke. So I'll take Virginia to lose in the second round to Creighton. Don't be surprised to see Xavier lose in the second round. I didn't pick this, but don't be surprised to see them lose to Missouri. Missouri has Michael Porter back. They're not a team to scoff at. They're going to be scary. Nobody wants to play Missouri in the tournament right now. That's just not a team you want to go up against. Very scary team. I have a couple of the 10 seeds winning. I got Butler winning. I think Oklahoma's going to get smashed in the first round. They shouldn't have made the tournament either. I think they're going to get killed by Rhode Island. But they definitely should not have made the tournament. They were playing so bad. 2-8 in their last 10. Yeah. Well, that is going to do it. Hopefully, we are able to get this win on Thursday. And hopefully we're able to move on. On Friday, I will be back recapping the game and hopefully previewing a game against possibly Houston or San Diego State. But I'm really interested to see if they have adversity against this team, how they handle it going up against such an inferior team, how they're able to handle this adversity. Lastly, don't miss the Big Four podcast. I was on there on Sunday after the selection show, and we talked about the tournament and our predictions. So make sure not to miss that. And go blue, and hopefully we're able to come up with a win.